Hello everyone, in this video we're going to look at the homework lesson 10. So first question, x squared minus x minus 5, x squared minus 9x plus 20. It asks you that the rational expression is undefined, which means x squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0. Whenever the denominator equals 0 is undefined. So we solve this. Factor x minus 4, x minus 5 equals 0. So x equals 4 and x equals 5. So this equals 0, this equals 0, give you x equals 4, x equals 5. Okay. So that's how you do the first one. 1 and 5. Simplify removing the factors of 1. So factor both x minus 4, x minus 7. The second one, x and x, negative 4 plus 9. So x minus 4, x plus 9. So factor both the top and the bottom, and then cancel the common factor. So the final answer is just x minus 7, x plus 9. Okay, next question. Multiply and simplify. So basically we factor all of them. The first one you factor is x minus z minus 3, z plus 2. The second one, the bottom 5z cubed, so the common factor is z squared, factor it out, and 5z minus 4. The multiply 25z cubed, we factor z out, and have 25z squared minus 16. And 3 is common factor z minus 3. So we factor all of this 4. We factor everything. We factor all of them. So now we cancel the common factor. Z minus 3 cancelled. And z and z squared cancelled. You have z remain. So you have z plus 2. And z 5z minus 4. Now we look at this one. 25z squared minus 16. This is the difference of square, so it's 5z square minus 4 square. So we factor the difference of square, so it's 5z plus 4, 5z minus 4. This is 5z minus 4. So now this will be cancelled out. The final answer will be z plus 2, and 5z plus 4. So what do you need to do for this problem is just factor every factors completely and reduce the common factor. Z plus 2, 5z plus 4. The bottom is just z. Wait, did I do anything wrong? Oh, missed a 3 here. There's a 3, so it's 3z. Okay, next question. We also factor everything. So 9a squared minus 64 over a squared minus 4 divided by 3a minus 8, a minus 2. What do we need to do? We'll factor all of them. The first one is the difference of square. So difference square formula, a squared minus b squared equals a plus b times a minus b. So we know this is a 3a squared. So it's a 3a plus 16 is b8 squared. This is a 3a squared. So it's 3a plus 8. 3a minus 8. Well, the bottom is a squared minus 2 squared. So it becomes a plus 2 times a minus 2. Now keep changing flip. Keep the first, change the division into multiplication. Flip it. It's 3a minus 8 and a minus 2. So now we cancel the common factor. The final answer is going to be 3a plus 8 and a plus 2. Oh, I should do this. Okay, next question. Find the LCM. So it's the least common multiple. 15a squared b5, 5a squared b8, and 6a4 b8. Now, 15, 5, 6, they all can divide it by 30. So 15, 5, and 6. The least common multiple. This can give you 3 and 5. This is 5. This is 6. So the least common multiple would be 3 times 5. Well, 3 is part of 6, so it's just 5 times 6. So least common multiple of that is 30. Okay. The highest power of a squared, a4 is 8 power 4. The highest power of b5, b8, b8 so it's b to the power 8. So that's your final answer. The least common multiple is 30. A4 what is that? Let's do this. A4 and B to 8. Okay. Simplify and subtract it. Now 8x minus 8, x squared minus 1, minus 1 minus x squared, 1 minus x. We can compare x squared minus 1, 1 minus x squared. They just have opposite sign of each other. So basically we can change the second one, minus 8, minus. We can change this one into minus x squared minus 1 because this is just opposite of this. So I just put negative, it becomes the same denominator, 1 minus x. This minus minus, so it becomes a plus. So the x squared minus 1, 8x minus 8 plus x squared minus 1, 1 minus x. Now we simplified 8x minus x, 7x minus 8 plus 1 minus 7. And then we simplify the x squared minus 1. So it becomes 7x minus 1, x plus 1, x minus 1. In fact, the difference square formula. Reduce it. So the final answer is 7x plus 1. 7 over x plus 1. And simplify by removing factor of 1. Okay, so basically we need to add those two. So y squared minus 9w squared, w squared, 12yw plus y plus 3w and y minus 3w. So they are different denominators. So first one, we need a common denominator, right? Common denominator. Just say make the denominator the same. Okay, common denominator. Make them the same. Alright, so from here, you can see this is the factor of y squared minus 9 squared. You can factor this as y plus 3w times y minus 3w, right? So 12yw. For the second one is y plus 3w, so I need to do y plus 3w. I need to multiply it by y minus 3w to make sure they're the same. So y minus 3w is already half there, so I have to multiply the top and the bottom. So here, y minus 3w is from here, y plus 3w. So I need to multiply by y minus 3w the top and the bottom at the same time. So now, we have the same factors, same denominators. This is y plus 3w, y minus 3w, Now the numerator we can just add it, 12yw plus this one we FOIL it, y squared, FOIL it, minus 6yw. You combine that and multiply that, FOIL from outside, inside, and then last. So 9w squared. So now we simplified the y squared. This add together 6yw plus 9w squared, and a y plus 3w, and a y minus 3w. The question is, we can continue. Can we simplify more? Yes, we can. We can factor that as y plus 3w squared, and the bottom is y plus 3w and y minus 3w. So now we do have a common factor. You can reduce it, and then the second power becomes first power. So y plus 3w and y minus 3w. So that would be your final answer. So y plus 3w y minus 3w. Alright, so perform indicative operation, simplify. The first one is w plus z 1 minus z minus plus z minus w 1 minus w square minus z square 2w. So first we can factor this one. We need to, if we add fractions, we need a common denominator, right? So first one is w plus z. We'll just change z plus w. Z plus w1 plus z minus w1, and minus this one. Since this is, I want to change, reverse the sign because this is w minus z. So what we can do, we can change that minus become plus. We switch it. Okay, switch the z square. We can factor negative 1 out here. So z square minus w square minus become plus. So this z square minus w square 2w. Okay, in this case I have everything, this minus becomes plus, but I have to switch the sign of the bottom. Negative will become positive, positive become negative. So next thing is I need to factor the third one. So z square minus w square, use the difference of square formula, z plus w and a z minus w and a 2w. Okay, so now we can add those two equations, add those two together. It's a z plus w and a z minus w. Multiply both the top and the bottom by z minus w. The second one, I multiply the bottom and the top by z plus w. So z plus w. The third one, you just keep it, z plus w and z minus w and a z and 2w. Okay, just keep that. Now we simplify it. Since they all have the same denominator, I just do z plus w, z minus w, z minus w plus z plus w plus 2w. Okay, so w canceled. You only have 2z plus 2w and a z plus w and a z minus w. But we can have a common factor 2 here, and you factor 2 out is 2z plus w, z plus w and a z minus w. The zw plus w can cancel out, so the final answer 2 over z minus w. So all of that is first common denominator simplified, factor it again, and then reduce it again. So the answer is 2 over z minus w. Okay, so division. 45 a9 10 b10 b to power 10 minus 40 a7 b8 plus 20 a cube b and 5 a cube b. Okay, so we look at the factors. 45 divided by 5, it's okay. 40 is divisible by 5. 20 is divisible by 5. So all of them can divide by 5, which is good. So let's just divide everything. 45 divided by 5 is 9. A9 divided by A3 is A6. B10 divided by B1 is B to the power 9. 40 divided by 5 is 8. A7 divided by A3 is 84. B to the power 8 divided by B is B to the power 7 plus 20 divided by 5, which is 4. A cubed divided by A cubed cancel out. B divided by B cancel out. So this is your final answer. So 9 A 9 A power 6 B power 9 minus 8 power 4 B to the power 7 plus 4. Okay. 42 divided by 6w plus 3. Okay. So what you can do, you can use the long division, right? So 42 w cubed plus 9w squared plus 42w plus 31 divided by 6w plus 3. You can use a long division. So 6w times 7w give you 7w, give you 42w, 11w squared. Sorry, 7w squared. So you multiply it, you divide it. So use 42 cubed divided by 6w, give you 7w squared. So I multiply, and now multiply is 42w cubed. 3 times that is 21w squared. Then we reverse the sign, because we subtracted is reverse the sign and add them together, cancel. 9 minus 21 negative 12w squared plus 42w. Now we use negative 2 because negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2. And w squared divided by w is negative w. So minus 2w will reduce, multiply it is negative 12w squared. And negative 6w. So reverse the sign, you add it, cancel out, is 48w plus 31. So we use 8. And then 8 times 48w plus 24. When we reverse the sign is cancel. 31 minus 24 is 7. So the answer is B. Okay, next question. Divide it again. So 6, we can use the same thing as long division like before that we did. And 6v5 minus 2v cubed minus 32v squared plus 12 and a v squared minus v. 6v5, so we have to use 6v3. Multiply 6v5. Multiply it plus 6v4. Okay. We don't have v4, so we have to just keep it. Minus, minus. Okay, so there's no minus, so it's 6 minus 6v4 minus 2v cubed. Okay. So now what do we need to do? We need to minus 6v squared. So to cancel that, right? 6 minus 6v4, and you multiply it again. So it's minus 6v cubed. Reverse the sign plus plus, so it's 4v cubed. Bring it down, minus 32v squared. And then we have to multiply by 4v. 4v cubed divided by v squared, so it's 4v. And multiply it, 4v cubed. You multiply it, and you get minus 4v squared. Reverse the sign, add them together, cancel, is negative 28v squared. Bring down the 12 and multiply by minus 28. So minus 28v squared minus 20 plus 28v. And then minus, so it's minus 28v plus 12. And the rate 6v plus 4 minus 28, so it's C. 6v cubed, 6v squared plus 4v minus 28. Minus 28v plus 12. Did I do anything wrong? Let me see. Minus, oh, there is negative 6v cubed. 6v cubed, 6v5 minus 6v, and you have minus 6v4 is plus. Oh, it's plus here. So actually I'm using plus v here. Oh, let's do it again. It's the same thing. You just use the long division again. Okay. So 6v5 minus 2, we'll just do a 0. 0v4 minus 2v cubed minus 32v squared plus 12 divided by v squared minus v. And you can do 6v cubed multiply 6v5 minus 6v4, subtract it, plus 6v4 minus 2v cubed plus 6v squared multiplied 6v4 multiply minus 6v cubed, reverse the sign, add 6v4v cubed minus 32v squared, and plus 4v multiplied 4v cubed minus 4v squared. Reverse the sign, 28v, negative 28v squared plus 12. And we multiply by negative 28. So that's the only answer is A. Okay. And f0 equals 0. What's the domain? Domain is x value from negative 3 to positive 4. What's the set of x? Fx equals 2. Fx equals 2, so when y equals 2, x equals 2. What's the range? From negative 9 to positive 8. The solution to solve this equation, this is a previous one. You can use substitution. X plus 3y equals 7 and x equals 5 minus 3y. What we can do, we can use substitution. Plug x back into the first equation. So 5 minus 3y equal, replace the x by this expression. 5 minus 3y plus 3y equals 7. So this canceled out. You get 5 equals 7. And this will never happen. There is no solution. Factor this. So 4c squared minus 4c minus 20. There is a common factor 4. So factor out c squared minus c minus 5. This is a simple one. So it's 4 times c minus 24c. 4 out 5. Okay, we can't make anything because this is 5, you cannot get a 1. So that's just the final answer. You can just factor 4 out. That's it. Okay. 4 times 5 is 20, yes. So it's 4 times c squared minus c minus 5. Okay. Whenever you see 4 terms, you use grouping method. Right? 3s power 5 plus 12s cubed minus 24s plus minus 15. So 2 groups. First group you have 3s cubed is the first group. You have s squared plus 4, the first group. Second group, the common factor is negative 3. So factor 3s power 3. So 3 times 8s plus 5. Three and 15 is 1 and 5. 3 and 24 is 1 and 8. Wait. Oh, it just have a 3 as a common factor. That's it. I thought we can do the group factor. Actually, we can't. Since that is not the same, so the only common we factor the common factor out is a 3 s power 5 plus 4 s3 minus 8s plus minus 5. We can't do the group method because this is 1 4, this is 8 and 5. So we just need to type in 3 long type s power 5 plus 4 s power cube minus 8 s minus 5. Okay. 12r plus r squared plus 27 equals 0. We have to rewrite the equation as r squared plus 12r plus 27 equals 0. Factor r plus 9, r plus 3. It's easy one. 3 and 9 give you 12. 3 and 9 multiply give you 27. So r plus 9 equals 0. You get r equals negative 9. R plus 3 equals 0. R equals negative 3. So the answer is negative 3, negative 9. Alright, so last one is multiplication. Negative 5 times 9 is negative 45. X negative 4 times x negative 3 is negative 7. So that's your final answer. Negative 45 times x is up to negative 7. Oh, it's a positive exponent. So if it's positive exponent, I need to change that x power negative 7 into negative 5 divided by x positive 7. So that's the only thing I need to change here. Divided by x to the positive 7. Okay, that's all the homework for homework 10.